Alrighty guys, let's get right into this video. So first up, we have the SPY on the 4-hour time frame. Today is January 14th, and the most recent close of the SPY was 582.19. Today it reached a high of 585 and a low of 578.35. We were positive 0.14% on the day. Alright guys, so what's the SPY currently doing? Well, so after bouncing off the 575 support level, we've headed all the way back up to 585 as a resistance level and are having some trouble getting above this level at the current moment. Come tomorrow, the SPY needs to get above this level to continue pushing higher. If we cannot break this level, then the SPY will head back down towards the 575 level, and it is possible that it may have the momentum needed to break this level. And then we'd head down towards these lows here, around 568. I will say the SPY does seem to have this pennant pattern here on the charts, or you could say it's, half of this head and shoulders pattern, which does look to have broken to the downside, and it looks like we may be just getting a retest of the lower level, this pennant. So if that is the case, then it's more likely tomorrow that we head back down and maybe end up around here in the next day or two. Just if we take the measured move of our pennant here, how about we do that? So if we go from here to here and move it over, this actually drops us all the way down towards 550. So that's a scary possibility. Right now, I'd like to look at the overall trend, and I'd say zooming out, we still are in an uptrend, although we are definitely, we have one lower low here, and then we have a couple higher lows. So this is definitely a consolidation period that the SPY is going through. If this is a pennant pattern, then it's definitely going to complete down here. I would say tomorrow is key. Like I said, getting above the 585 level is crucial to push any higher. If the SPY cannot get above this level, then we'll probably go test the 565 level, which is the previous all-time high. Let's go into the 15-minute time frame just to see what our 200 period moving average is doing. So it looks like today we did come up and tested, and it has acted as resistance. The SPY is currently just consolidating around the 200. It is still sloping downwards, so overall that is bearish for price to continue moving lower. I do believe we are in negative gamma territory under this level, so that means most likely that these rips all get sold into and then we fall lower. So if we do get some bad news on the CPI, say it comes in hotter than expected, then I'd look for these lows to get taken out here around the 575 level. Then we'll see how far she drops. But definitely, if we see the SPY around 565, that's a good support level. I would no longer be shorting in that area. I'd only be shorting between, these two here, these two support levels. Anyways, a bullish scenario would be, though, if CPI comes in as expected or under what they are expecting, then that would be a bullish sign, and the SPY could head all the way up towards this descending trend line here, the upper level of this pennant, and that would be somewhere in the 592 range. What I would use is this move here, just move it over to where, like, say if it broke like maybe this trend line to the upside, then we'd probably head up here in the next day or two. So we can look at our indicator and see what it's telling us. We still do have the divergences, the bullish divergence between the low here and low here. So that is currently playing out to the upside, at least based on, you know, the lows that we were at here. We've gotten this bounce. Now for this signal to get taken out, for this signal to be taken out, the RSI does need to fall back below the oversold level. Like, say if we get the RSI ending up down here, then we possibly even take out this low, which would be pretty oversold. This is at 12 on the RSI, so that's really oversold there. If we were to take that out, then that would spell disaster, I would say. We would fall much lower in the market. So I'm hoping that does not happen, and that the RSI more plays out to the upside, and then we end up being overbought. And then we could move up towards the next resistance area, which would be right up here around 600. You know, our momentum indicator, which is the purple wave here, is in the oversold territory and coming off of being oversold. So very possible if this crosses up through the zero line, then we do get some bullish momentum, and we will push higher. Alrighty, that's going to be it for the SPY. Let's go over the triple Qs. So it does look like the triple Qs is in a descending triangle pattern here, and we are flirting with the lower level of this triangle. So if we do break below this level with some force to the downside, anything under 503, I would be wary that these lows will get taken out around the 499 level, and we could, the next support level would be 494.32. So that is where I'd be looking for a price to head down towards if we break the 503 level. If 503 holds as support, I'm looking for 510 to get taken out, and then we can head up towards the 516 level after that. The pennant pattern, or not pennant, sorry, the descending triangle pattern. If we were to get a full measured move of this, it takes us down towards 474. So that is also a scary thing, and being that, yeah, if we just zoom out, you know, the overall trend is definitely still upwards. So we're still in an uptrend, even though we do have a series of, you know, lower lows and lower highs. But I would more be worried if we started taking out the lows here, you know, and then definitely, you know, would think that it's possible we're in for more of a correction than just a pullback. So, you know, let's go over the indicator here. So the RSI, which is this green line here, does still have the bullish divergence between the lows here on price and then the lows on the indicator. For those to be taken out, price must fall, breaking the lows here around 599, and then the indicator also breaking the lows from here and here. So that would mean the RSI would need to reach somewhere below the 18 level for this bullish divergence to be nullified. I would be looking for something like, you know, the RSI to just make a series of higher highs and higher lows into the overbought territory, which would then put us probably breaking out of this pennant, you know, and then we could talk about a full measured move of our pennant here, which make it where, like I said, breakout would be somewhere in this level. I mean, that puts the triple Qs headed up towards the 550 level, so that would be bullish. If this bullish divergence on the RSI plays out. Again, with our momentum indicator here, the purple clouds, this is moving towards the upside. So as long as this thing's coming upwards, the price is usually following it. What we want is it to break through the zero line and then become positive, which would then continue pushing price higher. So then we'd have positive momentum, would be a good way to put it. So let's check out the 15-minute time frame real quick, and then our 200 period moving average. So price did come and retest it today. It acted as resistance, and until we get above this, the bears are definitely in control. So we need to watch this 503 level. If it gets taken out, price will head down towards the 494 level. The bullish scenario would be that the triple Qs makes it above this 200 period moving average. Then we take out 510, then head up towards 516. Okay, that is the bullish and bearish scenarios here on the triple Qs. Let's see. I don't really have any stocks I really want to go over, but we'll talk about Apple, because Apple did break below the 237 level and headed lower on Monday. So I was really hoping these previous highs here were going to hold as support, and that did not happen. Right now we're consolidating below the previous highs. So it is kind of signaling that the 228 level may be tagged before we get another push up towards the 237 level. I would be looking for price to get above this level, and we can push onwards higher. We do have the bullish divergence still in effect, so hopefully this can push price higher. Again, the RSI would need to fall below the lows here to nullify this bullish divergence. We have our purple clouds here that are moving upwards, so this is a bullish signal. Hopefully Apple can continue moving higher unless we start getting some divergences on the clouds here. Extremely bullish signal would be if we were able to cross through the zero line and then create positive momentum to the upside. Okay, that's Apple. So Meta here seems to be in a rising wedge pattern that does look like it broke out today. So it is possible that Meta may make a move lower now. Measured move does take it down towards the 544.82 level. But if this is some sort of fake out and say this 200 period moving average holds as support, we could head back up and then maybe test the upper level of this rising wedge. That would be a bullish signal. We'd first need to get back above this lower ascending trend line though. So look out for that. Amazon also has sort of a descending triangle here that may have broken out. It did break this lower trend line here, but we've yet to see a move further. We'd need to see a break below 216 before, you know, more bears step in and push price lower. I'd say measured move, we could head down towards 201 if the bears take control, but if the bulls get back in control, we could head up towards new all-time highs around 237. So we'll have to see what happens on this one. Google, yeah, has a pennant here. It's flirting with the lower level of this trend line. Measured move on this one definitely could take us down towards 173, but a bullish move would take us up towards the 215 level. Microsoft just seems to be falling, but we do have a little bit of bullish divergence here on the RSI, so this could play out towards the upside. I would first need to see Microsoft break this descending trend line, then it could head up towards 434.81. So, but if it continues making lower lows, we're headed towards these areas here. So 411 and 405 in the near future if we can't break this trend line. So Nvidia it did fall below what was support here at 132. So if this level now holds as resistance, we could go and test the lows here, somewhere around 126. RSI is in oversold territory, so it is more likely that we get a push higher. But if you start seeing the RSI push below 18, that would be bearish, and then look for these lows as an area of support around 126. And Netflix just testing the lows again, but doing so on a bullish divergence. So it is possible that any bullish news could push Netflix higher. I'd like to see it break this descending trend line first, then we could head up towards the 886 level. But I'd say if we're taking out these lows right here, then look for this low to be sought after by the bears around 804. So we'll see what happens on Netflix then. It all depends on CPI tomorrow, really. How that comes in is going to affect the market greatly. Tesla here is holding above its support level of 364. Let's say it's still bullish until breaking this level, but we're definitely having trouble getting above this trend line, pushing any higher at the moment. So we just seem to be kind of flagging out. So but this was a bull flag. We could see Tesla up around 540 if we break to the upside. So some bullish potential there. Coinbase, not really doing anything. JP Morgan has earnings tomorrow, and it did get a push today. So I'm curious to see what this one does. We have these higher highs on price, but the RSI is making lower lows. Actually, that's a bearish signal there. That's some bearish divergence. So maybe this level is, this upper level of this price channel is going to hold as resistance, and then we'll head down towards the middle level of this price channel, which could be somewhere in the 234, 235 range. Very possible if JPM does not beat on their earnings. Alright, last one. Let's go over AMD. So, AMD is still struggling. We did break our longer term trend line here, so that's a bearish signal. Nothing really bullish about this one. We do need to get back above this trend line, and then ultimately get above the 132 level to be any type of bullish on AMD here. One bullish thing is out on the weekly, we're tagging the 200 period moving average, which is, it's usually a sign for the buyers to step in around this level. Usually the 200 is an area that, it's an area of strong support, usually. So we'll see how it reacts here. This is an area of interest. I've been waiting for AMD to hit to go long in this area. So what I need to see is a nice big green candle here now, which shows buying from the buyers. So it'll be the bulls stepping up to the plate here. Yeah, I mean, on the weekly, you know, our momentum indicator is hitting the oversold area. So it doesn't seem like there's a lot more room to fall here on AMD. So I would definitely be looking for some buying action to come in on this one. Hopefully soon. Maybe their earnings, about 2-3 weeks there. So let's see what happens. Alright guys, I wish you good luck with your trading tomorrow and then going into the future. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.